Hello everyone, we're going to be getting started here in just a moment. I just need to double check a couple things. Alright, everything's looking great. Now then, let's get started, shall we? By Annapurna Interactive and Giant Sparrow. Welcome to What Remains of Edith Finch. Hello everyone, and welcome to Spooky Week. This is a little bit of a tradition on my channel. Hold on, let me turn down my volume a little bit. There we go. Now I can hear myself think again. Let's see. All right. Welcome to Spooky Week. A little bit of a tradition on my channel where we continue playing spooky games for 1 week after Halloween in order to fight back against the oppression of Saint Nick, who's coming to steal our candy. Basically, I want to play spooky games for 1 more week in order to push back against Christmas trying to force its way into the earlier into the year. So, we're going to do that by playing What Remains of Edith Finch, a overwhelmingly beautiful game that explores a family curse and what's the outcomes of just what happens in this story. Now, I need to warn you, this game depicts a lot of death. Basically, everybody in the family dies. I just don't know fully how yet, because this is going to be my first ever playthrough.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
This is one of the first games of its kind, and it's just beautiful. It won awards because of how good it is.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
Shift to zoom in. Odin, Edie. Edie lived to be almost 100. And here's us, Edith.
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
It's the paperboy, stop coming. What is that? Aureus Island Gazette.
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
That changes. Already is protected by video surveillance, huh?
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
this the way to the house? This is beautiful.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to. The woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent. As if they're about to say something, but never do.
Almost every button on my keyboard zooms in. Hey there! How's it going, Cinema Pokey? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for tuning in.
The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
So, completely and utterly bonkers. Got it. Hey, no worries. Thanks for being here.
The house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words.
That's definitely a couple of build code violations. Holy hell. Cantilevers aren't supposed to go that high.
Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
You didn't miss anything? Yep. I'm guessing you love this game? This is my first time playing it.
I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't.
Oh.
Looking in, I felt like the house itself had been waiting for me.
So you played this game before, Pokey? It's been forever since you've seen it? Ah. Hey there,
The
PJ.
doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Thank you for tuning in. Welcome to What Remains of Edith Finch.
For the first time in years, I felt like I was home.
Look at this place. Completely overrun.
But instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
Never played this game before? Well, I'm in the same boat.
Like how after Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
Look at all these. Huh. I wonder if someone could actually make this apple pie.
Or how only one restaurant would deliver to our house. So we had Chinese a lot.
Oh my god, look at all the fish. How does this place not reek?
table was still a wreck from the night we left. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture. My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home.
Why are there so many books? They're everywhere.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth. Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
Sank? Okay, this is kind of dope, though, but... why are there literally... are they up on the top of the chimney? Hold on, I need to see this.
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
You love this game? Well, I'm glad you're here, Moss.
Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
Maybe you can help me if I get stuck. Oh my god. Again, too many books!
Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library. A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night. My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
I should check out Game Theory's video on this after it's... maybe. Depends on how late I play.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
Okay, the books are not on the chimney. Good. But they're everywhere. Oh my god! More books! Why?
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
Wouldn't say this game is spooky, more just so heavy with its topics. That's why it's such a favorite. Ah. Well, it's described as a horror game on Steam, so... plus, a family curse sounds just like a horror thing.
Last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
But yeah, a family curse sounds right up spooky alley.
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin. As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
Dear God, it's hideous! Why is there a pink carpet in the bathroom?
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up. Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him. Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of. From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me. Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan. But I had no idea what was behind that door.
The game deserves so much love. I might have played it a while back.
I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
Honestly, to everybody, yeah, I agree. Just already, this game's awesome. I'm already hooked on the story of the mystery behind, like, everything. Why are all the doors sealed up? Why is everybody dying?
Through the peephole.
And what's with all the goddamn books?
Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
Let's see, Molly. Molly. There she is. Oh, she died at 10 years old.
Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
December 1947. Has this room just gone untouched for all this time? Why is there a scorpion in a jar?
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat. The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
Ugh.
Mom, can I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to sleep.
My Halloween candy was all gone.
Oh. We're not eating the fish.
I thought about eating Christopher, but I held back.
Ah, thank goodness.
I ate a lot of things that night.
Isn't that mistletoe or holly? That's poison.
I kept eating and eating.
No! Oh God. Kids that are watching this, please don't eat your toothpaste. That's toxic. That's oh no. Gerbil food, mistletoe, Oh god, jeez. Oh no.
Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat.
So I can click to jump. Can I jump back inside?
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
I would be too. Oh, it's almost Christmas time too. This is just messed up.
Mom and Dad didn't even look at me. I jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired.
I just realized. Yeah, look, they're building up the house.
Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird. I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass. Rabbits.
There you are.
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit.
I don't think there's an owl big enough.
Find something bigger.
I don't think there's an owl big enough to do that.
A mama rabbit. She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
Oh god. Poor girl is going through all sorts of hallucinations.
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever. I wanted fat, juicy seals. I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
I think the mistletoe and I don't know if it's mistletoe or holly, but that and the toothpaste is absolutely making her hallucinate. Plus whatever they put in gerbil food back in the 1940s.
I grabbed on tight. And I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
Am I an octopus now? What is this?
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere. I was big, but I moved real quiet. I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
But yeah, I think you're right, Cinnamon, or Cinnapokey. First off, why don't you send your kid to bed without food? Yes! In the morning. I don't know what this hallucination is about, but I wonder why she sees herself as a monster. By the way, for those of you curious, I'm moving the tentacle with WASD and clicking to move where the tentacle is.
After the last passenger, I was still hungry. And across the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it.
I think she climbed out of her bedroom window, got into the tree, and fell into the water.
I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
And after that, I don't know if she survived being in the water. Maybe she got found by the tugboat?
I got closer and closer.
This is her room, isn't it? Oh no. What does she eat now?
All of my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
I don't know if she made it out onto the tree or not. Or maybe she just went back to bed. Or maybe she was found by the tugboat and brought back home. And all that was just a hallucination.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly.
Aw. But yeah,
Spent a lot of
kids.
time in Great Grandma Edie's room.
But yeah, kids, don't eat toothpaste and random berries you find.
We got along, and it was a good place to hide from my mom.
Are these pictures of her birds?
When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't. One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity.
I'm sure that didn't go to her head at all.
I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time. Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious. Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
Oh my god, it's hideous. I don't want to look at it.
Her room was like a museum.
An old
For
viewfinder?
years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune.
An old viewfinder? Wow, I haven't used one of these since I was a kid.
Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johann. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind.
How do you... You know what? I'm not even going to ask.
But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore in their new home Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house. Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Are those footsteps? Oh, it's a little model of the house.
Lewis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him.
I don't want to go in here. It's hideous. Why is there shag pink carpeting in the bathroom?
Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom.
Hideous.
It was a pretty big trace.
Why is the... It's on the toilet seat. This is a horror game. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. Huh?
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
Yeah. What is this place?
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
A makeshift black room? Couple turns land into native heaven. Where are we now? Two beds. Calvin and Sam. Oh no. I remember earlier that Edie, our character, who I believe is Edith Finch Jr., said something about Calvin dying young.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin.
Calvin died young.
And that he never talked about him.
1961. Sam Finch, Cobra Battalion Bravo Company, obtaining 120% deportment grade in the... Whoa! Holy shit! Military guy, huh? Looks like Calvin was a space guy.
I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
Now this is cool. I would have killed to have this as a kid. My own private little hideaway command center that I could just crawl up into when I need to be alone. Oh, I would kill for this.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Sam, Calvin, dinner's ready. Coming.
Yeah, not in a million years would I let my kids ride this swing.
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that.
I'm not gonna tell you again.
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up. Then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind.
You remember this one? I can guess what's about to happen.
That's what I want to remember about my brother.
He's gonna do it. Oh my god, he did it. Uh-oh.
The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
I think we all did. I thought the branch was gonna break and send him hurtling into the sea. I didn't think he'd actually pull off the full rotation.
At the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room. Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
Makes sense. It also explains how he got this. 120% department grade in the third quarter of the school year. He wanted to escape the family and this room so badly. God damn. Now, if this doesn't scream secret door, nothing does. That is such a cool thing. I want one. I don't care that I'd never use it. I just want one.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Ellie's. There's books in the...
Edie's father, Odin, built the original house. Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
I just noticed this. Is there an
We must
attic?
have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
Aside from the family curses, the real horror of this game comes from the house's infrastructure. I agree, especially that god awful pink bathroom. What were they thinking? Just hold on. Is this the monstrosity? Look at this monstrosity. There's pink shag carpeting on the toilet seat. Hideous. Horror. True horror. Okay, let's get back into it. Oh, look! Spooky!
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
Just a moment, everyone. You're forgetting the amount of bacteria that would be in that room too. Oh. Secret passage going into the other rooms. Was Edie able to still travel throughout the whole house? Look at all these awards. Lunchboxes, an actual doll. Fun but obvious fact, folks. Carpet isn't the smart choice in the bathroom. Agreed. Especially shag carpeting that has fibers long enough to go up to your ankle.
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
Look at all these. Even more books. Why? Why? All the books.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Fun fact. Back in the day, comics were like this. Before the Comics Code Authority got involved, there were a lot of grotesque and horror mystery comics. You can still find some of them. This is my favorite story just because of how it's depicted like a comic. Ooh.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
Holy hell, listen to that music. I stopped for a second to eat some lunch, but oh my god. I'm getting clock tower vibes here.
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
Oh, I get to fight. Oh boy. Blood. This won't get me copyright struck, right? Sounds hella like Halloween. It sounds more like Clock Tower.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
God, I could... This is all cell shaded. This is awesome. Oh, I wish I could see a bit better. I must add to the...
Fridge rattled and grew still.
Oh dear! Rick?
You asshole!
Relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Uh-huh.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you...
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show.
Uh-oh.
Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Yo, I want one of these. That's sick. Ah, even in the past, this place is overrun with books. Got it.
Walter, are you there?
Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. And whoever he was, he couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
That night, she played her part beautifully. She thought about abandoning Walter, but just couldn't do it. Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned. He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
He fell on his back, onto the back of his head. Yeah, I guess the game just does that sometimes. He's gone.
The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was... someone at the door was dying to speak to young Barbara. At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter? Hiding under his bed the whole time. They took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Even though all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
I think it was Rick. I love this one just because of how they leave it. Not knowing what actually happened to Barbara. Did she actually get eaten? Perhaps the Hookman got her. Here's my theory. I think the Hookman, at the very least, the Hookman was Rick. I don't know about the rest of the people inside. Like, I don't know about the monsters, but I think the Hookman is Rick. I think he really was out to get Barbara that night, but she fought back, and he fell back onto the table. And then, as Barbara was coming down the stairs, he ran outside and rang the doorbell. Maybe he had backup in the, I think if you go back, the railing is broken. Well, there's only one way to go back.
All those times I played with the music box and never found the basement key.
Oh. Well, looks like I am going back to look. But like I always...
Now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
Like I said, I think what happened was that Rick is the one who fell over this banister and crashed against the glass table. He survived, ran out the front door, and rang the doorbell as a signal to the other people who are hiding inside of the house to come out and get Barbara. I don't know what happens next. But that's my working theory. As for Rick, all he had to do was walk away. Let's see, where's that music box? Ah. It certainly explains why the table is made out of wood. And why it's being held up by more goddamn books. I do like the house for how odd it is. It's just like the fact it's been added onto so much and fixed. Hey, can I walk back out the front door real quick? I want to show something. No? Come on, game. Also, could I have a flashlight, please? At least there are no books down here. Billiards table. Ah. I used to be pretty good at it. Not amazing, not like making money off of it, but I had fun with it. Oh my god. They didn't even bother putting the drywall on the insulation.
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
No books? What did you... Wait, what? Where? Son of a bitch! They're everywhere! They're like rats! Blueprints for the house, I assume. The dragon slide.
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages.
It's too dark in here. Is there light? No, of course there's no light. The power was shut off years ago, I bet.
thought maybe she was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that.
What the hell? The hell is this? Power?
I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could.
Cereal? Pea soup.
If there's a pattern in all these stories,
Non-perishable foods. Is this a bunker?
I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
First aid kit? It's a whole ass bunker.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything.
Oh no! Captain's down!
Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly.
What did Walter see that night that made him lock himself away?
And then one day, everything just stopped. Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid.
Or canned peaches.
It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can.
That's a good question there, Moss. What did he see that made him lock himself in a bunker? Who built the bunker? And why are there more books? Oh my god. Too many goddamn books. I'm gonna lose my mind.
I know it's out there somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara and Molly.
And Molly.
And Calvin. Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me.
It probably will.
Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it.
Those
I'm
are train
ready for
tracks.
all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left, or a month, or a single week. I'd be happy with one more day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
I don't think she knew.
I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
Again, I think he saw the man with the hook. Or maybe he saw one of the monsters roaming around the house that was dressed up. An actual monster. The bigger question is, where did this bunker even come from? Because there's no way Edie didn't know about it.
Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter. But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding. I don't want to make the same mistakes she made.
Oh, I know what that hole's for. Ugh.
Trying to bury something that's still alive.
So there really kind of was a mole man under the house.
Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe 2, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself and found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
There did used to be a train here. But I'm guessing the cliff eroded away over 50 years. Poor guy.
I don't know if I should even be writing this. Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me.
There is still power here. How?
But I thought you should know about your family. And the history you're a part of.
That must be the wreckage of the old house. Out in the distance. They put those kind of little signal lamps out there for foggy nights to warn ships that there's something in the water to avoid. Like mini lighthouses. I'm guessing that's the remains of the old house that was brought over from Norway.
To be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now. I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
Wasn't it almost... It got dark around here real fast, that's for sure.
And when you look at the house, had that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness.
I agree with madness. Look how high that cantilever is. Surprised it hasn't fallen over into the sea.
Any of it seems possible.
This is a pretty place, though. How was that noise? Yeah, I would condemn this house. I would condemn the house. The cliff's way too close to the edge of the house. It would need to be completely moved.
I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
That's a good question.
It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils are mine, and 2 had been my fault.
Derpy Jr., Burpee. Lucky, Daisy, Charlie. God, there's a lot of pets here. Furpy, Chirpy, Lurpy, Zerpy. Bailey. Wait a minute. 13 years.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
Two days after her birthday. Sven. Haven't seen him yet. You're 14 minutes behind? Yikes. She was born and died on Halloween.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away. She could see it poking out of the water at low tide.
I called it. The remains of the house. And here he is looking out over it.
Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night. Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from.
Yeah.
Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better.
Sam died at 23. No, 33. Who's Gregory Finch? And why did he die so young? That's barely over a year old. Who's Gus? Here they are. That would be our mother's brothers. Sam probably died in war.
She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us.
Lewis. Sanjay Kumar? Wait, what? Oh, here it is. Sanjay. Wait, was that? Oh. That's our father.
We never found Milton's body, so my mom insisted we were putting up a monument, not a tombstone.
You died in war too? Hi, Carlos. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for tuning in, you ghost. How was your Halloween? I saw that you were playing Repo.
There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself.
I wouldn't trust this with my life. I wouldn't trust this with anything, honestly. Hold up, I thought this was just a tree house. Why is it just a deck?
Back on it now. If she told me there was going to be so much climbing,
I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
You're what? You're doing all of this while you're pregnant? Girl! Ugh. See, that should be a tree house, not just a deck. But who am I to judge? I'm not an architect or anything of the sort. Hell, I never even had a tree house. Oh, there's a ladder.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common.
Now that ladder I trust. Metal, actually bolted to some structure. That I'll believe.
They were both pretty intense.
Oh, great. Oh, good. A hunter's room.
Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
War hero come back home as a hunter, huh? Why did he come back? I thought he wanted to get away from this place.
Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
Yo, can I turn on the lights, please? Oh. So I might be wrong about him dying in war. Well, let's find out. I just saw the... Ah, here it is.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Hmm?
Dawn. Dawn, Dawn, Dawn. Ah. Grandpa Sam. Ah. Wait. Okay, Sam died in 83.
Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged.
What?
Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. The camera's older than you are.
You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though.
What am I supposed to take a picture of?
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee.
Hold still while I...
Hey!
That's a keeper.
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Dawn. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Dawn, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years. Dawn, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph? Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip. Your grandpa Sven taught us how to fish, how to build a fire.
Dad!
Good eyes, Dawn. Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Okay, I just need to find her.
Dad, I...
Just breathe. Turn off your imagination. Focus on your target. Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Dawn, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong. Great shot, Dawn! I'm proud of you, Dawn. Always remember that, okay? Sorry, Dawn. Just gotta reset the timer.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally
so...
normal, Dawn. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
War hero. Came back home, did a hunting trip, Fell to his death. Damn. Oh, this room has got to be freezing. And possibly full of asbestos.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
This is the HVAC system, right? This house must be freezing. The hell is this? Finch control? Oh no. Gregory. That's the tombstone that lasted less than a year. Dawn and Gus.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet... My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died. At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
Let's bite the bullet. For those of you who would have an issue with seeing a baby die, I respect that you're human. And I respect that you might want to find something else to watch. But I've got to see what's going to happen. Divorce between Sam and Kay. They must have gotten a divorce.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it. I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
Over, Gregory. It's time to... Hold on, sweetie. Hello? Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
This one's dark. Yeah, I can imagine. Draw.
Reminded me so much of Calvin. Lost in his imagination. Whatever it was he saw.
Hmm. Any plans to stream Dispatch? Maybe later.
I know how silly it sounds. That I worried about a baby being too happy. But I could feel him slipping away.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I know you did everything you could. Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Damn it. Hold on, I don't want Gregory to hear this.
I wish he could have told us about the world he saw. There's so much I don't understand about Gregory, about everything.
The most upsetting part of this is that you're reading the divorce paper after their baby passed. Yeah.
But I know what happened wasn't your fault. I'm sure he's happy. And he'd want you to be happy too. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
There are no words for that one. I agree with Edith. That's just...
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard.
There is a wedding going on. But whose? Whose wedding? $1970s. Maybe it's Kay and Sam's? But that would mean that Gus was born out of wedlock at age when Sam was 19.
My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart.
Uh-oh. Is there gonna be a storm?
I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom, were the words that I now pronounce you husband and wife.
Stepmom?
time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger. The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
Rule number 3 about flying a kite. Never fly one in a storm. Ever. The second you even think you hear thunder, you reel that thing in and go inside.
The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made.
Yeah, no kid, put that kite away, go inside.
The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder." I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
Oh man, this is too high. Most upsetting part is... Oh wait, no, that's just Restream being weird.
Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died. She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
They have a fire escape plan for the house? Oh, that doesn't sound good. Oh. The kite. I thought that was an arrow, but... Okay. Where do I go now? Maybe there's something up there that I missed. Okay, at least in here the books make sense for where they are. I'll let that one slide.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Lewis was born a year later.
Lewis. Our older brother by 11 years. We're running out of things to do in the book. 3 more. 4, actually.
When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back. And to see kids in the house again. The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that.
Are we at the top? No, not quite yet.
And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
I remember I had a little toy that you could press down to match the number multiplication. Like you could press down on column 4, row 7, and it would show you 28. This is just bringing back memories.
But it didn't last.
Of course it didn't last.
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
A castle? Yeah, that can't be safe.
After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
Yeah, I figured we could get in through that window. That's a bad looking storm rolling in. He was going into architecture.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
Oh, I love these.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
Is there a secret door in his tower? Did he make one? That's the most confusing one of them
Mom
all.
spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
Or did he just leave?
I think Edie was happy to finally have another painter in the family.
There's the magic.
Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
Where did he go? Did he fall off the tower? But then we would have found his body. Did he just straight up leave the house and run away?
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself.
We're getting up to the top now.
After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery. Everyone always told me to stay out of Lewis's room. Except Lewis.
Huh. Now to find a way in. Well, not this way. That's for sure. Is his bedroom just straight up a boat? How do they get the damn eccentrics.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Drinking? That's my best wager. No, 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 no. Go back, go back, go back. Hookah. Wow. Hookah, video games.
Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Aw. The Wonderland Turbo. Memory cards! Ah, man. High school diploma. Ah. I was thinking alcohol, but... I take it back. This is a sick setup for our gaming. Love the black light. That's cool. Wait, what do they play the games on? There's no television. Oh, wait. Oh, that's a big one. Nice.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander.
Oh, this one? What's so bad about this one? Do I need to put out a warning for this one, Moss?
I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads. And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. He took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself.
Moss, do I need to put out a warning of some kind?
But he found something more. I worried about him then, daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss, but he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend.
Doggo!
On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians, and songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him. He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis.
Minneapolis.
One day he forgot to go home from the cannery.
YouTube censored your message.
His mother pleaded with him.
Send it to me in Discord real quick. I'll check. Let's see. There you are. Oh, you're typing. This is the death where he ends. Oh. Thank you for informing me of that, Moss. This death involves suicide. This is your trigger warning. If this causes you discomfort, if you don't want to see this, tune away now and come back in like 5 minutes or go watch something else. I won't judge. Thank you for informing me of this, Moss. You're awesome.
Part of Lewis kept sailing on.
This is your warning. I don't know how much longer the game's gonna just keep going,
In
but
Lewisburg, he heard rumors of a
So Moss, what should we do? Oh, wait, the game's okay.
handsome queen.
Game wouldn't let me stop.
The Queen was on her own quest for radiant rainbows. He followed the sound of her electric sitar. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination.
I think we're coming up on that part, everybody. So
He was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him. He began to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
we are definitely coming up on the moment, so
He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
everyone, if this bothers you, look away now. He's not even moving fish anymore.
I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions. Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on inviting him. His queen waited, holding his crown. There was only one do. Bend down his head.
Yeah, I know that's a guillotine. It's a guillotine, all right.
And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Only two more. Dawn and Edie.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left. My mom ended up leaving everything behind. What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner. But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night. That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
the power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
How many?
The thing you're afraid afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
She would never leave.
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean.
Oh no.
They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way.
If you see the tide go so far out, you can walk out.
Turned around.
There's a tsunami coming for this place.
I started seeing things. Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it. Let go. I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it.
I love doing this.
A few years went by.
Hello there. Not quite yet.
My mom doesn't like to talk about it.
That's because you're not watching the YouTube stream. No, I'm not done. Hold on. Alright, there we go.
But she started getting sick a lot.
The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way. This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Edith died in childbirth. A story by Giant Sparrow. That's the end, I suppose. That was What Remains of Edith Finch. There's a reason this game won awards. You dropped in at the last second, and you're about to cry.
Yeah,
yep.
I'm about to cry. Like, oh my god, I feel touched. Like, oh, I feel touched. It's so sad right now.
Wait until you see the baby drowning.
A baby crying?
No, baby drowning.
What?
That's a thing in this game. This is a game about death. About a family curse that claims too many people. There's only one Finch left alive now. I don't know what words to say, honestly. This game was incredible.
I'm here, even though I just popped up at the last second. After hearing this tragic note. I feel touched.
Mm-hmm.
Like, touched in the heart and just broke. So broke now. Wow.
You really need to go back and watch this whole thing from the beginning.
Yeah, I might need that. I might need to do that right now. After I'm done.
I was expecting this game to take a little bit longer, but this was...
For what? For another 6 hours?
No, at least another half hour. But this is an amazing game. An amazing story. And I don't think I have any more words to say about it that can do it justice. So I'm just going to leave you guys all with the credits. Thank you all so much for watching. And be sure to tune in tomorrow for the continuation of Spooky Week. See you guys then.